brings up the galaxy map is of it, which looks like a circle with a load blacked out at the moment. But if this one were to mark the system and then you press plot route, now you can go onto the system map itself. Yeah, so you can go onto the system itself and say this one had the orange box on it. You could press select and plot route, and it would plot that is line up with the system itself, so like so, and then press the triangle to get going again. Now I don't need to go to that system, I need to go to Smeaton Orbital. So that's another way you can do it when you're in the system. If you just plot the route towards the system, so exactly how I've just shown you, but instead of going in towards the system, you can select plot route, and then once you're in the system, you can select the one that's got the orange circle with the crosshairs in it, and that's basically it, right? Yeah, so basically what it means is the station that you're in where you've accepted the missions, it will need you to go to another system or somewhere within the system itself, and you'll have to go and do those missions and then come back to that station to claim your money or commodities that you can sell or anything. But you need cargo space on your ship just in case that the prize that you get for doing the mission or the whatever, so that you can get the commodities as well. So I'd recommend you have a 4 or an 8 capacity cargo bay on your ship. If you've got a sidewinder, which I think you have got, you're limited to the amount of slots on your ship you can put in, but I would hazard a guess that the ship that you've got now has cargo on it. So if you hold square, press right on the D-pad, and go to modules, and then scroll down the list till you see cargo rack, either 4 or 8. I mean, I've got cargo rack capacity of those and one. Yeah, it's in the modules. Scroll. You might have to scroll right down the list to see it. Yeah, no, yeah. Right, yeah, so you're good then. Because the most you'll ever get is a 4 cargo reward. You won't get any higher than that. Right, so to see what missions you've got, hang on, I've just been interdicted. I need to get out of it. To see what missions you've got, you can hold square if you're out of all your windows and whatever. Hold square, and then you'll see target panel on the left button on the D-pad. So press left on the D-pad, and then go to transactions. Oh fuck, I've just gone to another system. Oh fuck. Oh, there goes my money. Hang on one sec, I need to plot my route back. Right, yeah, so go to transactions, and then once you're in transactions, you should see the contracts that you've got available. Right, and that's all the contracts that you have. Now if you click on each individual contract, you can see the description of it and which station is going, which contract is going to which station, the system and all that. So, oh, gutted. I had to travel 1,000,000.8 light seconds, and I've just jumped out after, I think it was like 900 light seconds out, and I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, wounded. uh, no, not really. I mean, I can do it again, but it's just a long old distance to travel. Right, so what you want to do is any commodities that you have to source. Hang on, let me get my phone out. You can use a website on your phone. And I'll get the website now. In fact, you can go to the App Store and get it. It's quite simple. What phone do you have? Android or iPhone? Oh, sweet. I have as well. Right, go to the Play Store and put in eddb.io. And it should come up as Elite Dangerous Tool Trade Pad. Because that it's the free one. That's the one you want, and you can search any commodities or anything, and it's so once you've got that, you can source any commodities that you need or want or whatever, and you can search systems, stations, everything you need to play Elite Dangerous is on that. Yeah, so once you run it, what you want to do is click on the chevron icon, and then go scroll down the list till you see commodity search. Now, origin system is the system that you're in now, and then origin station is the station that you started in, so it'll be Terrific Station for you. So once you've put that in, you're going to have to put in what commodities you want and if you want to buy or sell. So you want to buy, what was it again, the commodity? Yeah, so you want to put in basic, and with the distance and jump and all that, don't worry about that too much. But if you put, say 20 light years, so LY is the light years. So if you want to put max jump distance 20, max landing pad size, so you're in a small spacecraft, so you want to put S for the small or medium if it doesn't have it. Yeah. Yeah. And then max distance from star, you don't need to worry about that because it's all relative. Yeah, and then just hit the tick sign at the top right of the screen, and then it should come up with whatever you need. Basic medicines, Terrific Station. I'm just typing it in so I can walk you through it. Terrific. How do you spell Terrific? It's THRIVICK, right? Thriv. What system is it that you're in? Terrific. LHS 3447. Cool. There we go, Thrivik Dock. Cool. Alright, so uh, yeah, so
You
Everett would
guys
be the
setting up
closest one.
to head out?
What's that?
Just wondering what you guys are setting out to do. You gonna do some mule hunting?
Oh no, I'm just I'm giving Billy a tutorial on how to um, do inter-system traveling and everything. Yeah,
Nice.
so Everett is going to be the closest one for you, and it's Cleve Hub. So if you want to go to Everett on the system map, or you can type it in
Oh no,
on the search bar.
I thank you very much, Basher. But I really only signed in to say goodnight.
Oh, okay, no worries, mate. Cheers.
I yeah, I'm saying hi to everyone. I'm gonna throw a few downloads and then I'm gonna go sleep for a couple hours.
Alright, mate, no
Cause
worries.
yeah, cause I'm tired.
Cool. Nah, no worries, mate, no worries. Have a good night. Um, yeah, so Everett would be like I say, the closest one for you, and you can see what system it is. Now the economy of it is important as well, because if it's high tech, it's going to be more expensive. If it's agriculture, it's going to be less expensive.
Oh yeah, you're
But
definitely
you,
way better off to find a low tech system to catch up on.
yeah. But you can also see the base price as well. So 191 credits per ton is a decent sell, and you can see the supply of it as well. So only buy what you are going to be handing into the station. Don't buy any more or less, because you're going to have commodities on your ship that well, you can shift it, but it's not going to be worth anything, because 191 credits, you not really going to make any money back on that.
Yeah, it's not worth it yet. If you have anything reasonable on appropriates for materials, hang on to it.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Other than that, mate, that's the best station for you to be at is Cleve Hub. So if you go to your system map and then mark up Cleve Hub, jump to that, and it's only 4.16 light years, so you're set in the Sidewinder for that. Just if you can, try and make sure you've got a fuel scoop on your ship. It's not that important because it's not that far. It's probably like one system over. But when you get to the next station, go to outfitting, and if you have any spare money, always carry a fuel scoop on your ship, because any system that you jump to is going to have a sun that you can fuel at, most likely.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's always
Anywhere that
worth
you can fuel
handing
up is
a
fine.
it's always worth having a fuel scoop on your ship to refuel at a star every time you jump, because if you jump too far and you don't have enough fuel to cover the jump that you need to get to a station, you're stuck. Um, Unless you call fuel rats, which is it's a good thing in itself, but I would have preferred to have not called fuel rats in the first place, if that makes sense.
Oh, completely.
Yeah,
They are entirely something that should have been in the game all along.
yeah. There's Fuel Rats is a it's an independent group from the developers that go around helping people that have run out of fuel. So if I ran out of fuel at a star that I couldn't refuel at, they would come to me and refuel my ship, and it wouldn't cost me anything anyway. So it's something to help the players on the game uh, have a more stable gameplay, rather than suiciding and having to have a massive rebuy cost if they've got a mega ship. So, and
Yeah,
if they've
and that
just
shit
started
adds
out
up
as well.
fast.
Oh god, yeah.
But yeah, when you're just starting out, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, sure does. But yeah, so that's how you do the interplanetary or inter system jumps, and the trade-in as well is another thing in itself. But try not to buy commodities outright. Try to find missions that supply the commodities and missions that require you to go and source commodities and bring them back and hand them in as missions. Because if you buy commodities, there are certain commodities that are an exception, but if you buy commodities that are not part of a mission or not part of a passenger group mission, you won't make any money on it. So if you buy, say for example, gold at 9,000 credits a ton, and you sell it for 9,200 credits a ton, you're not making anywhere near as much money as if it was a mission-based commodity. So mission-based commodities could be 50,000 credits per ton, for example, for gold, and then you hand it in as well as a commodity price as well. So you're making 59,200 credits per ton. Yeah, so never try to buy commodities outright unless it's part of a mission, because that's one way that you'll stiff yourself up.
Exactly, yeah. The only reason to ever buy commodities is if you need them for a specific mission.
Yeah. Right, so if you've marked it, it should be coming up as a 3/4 orange circle with the name, the distance, and the time. So if you hold, well, you can press triangle once you're aligned with the system, or you can hold triangle and then go to hyperspace. It's completely up to you, but it's easy just to press it, to be fair.
Yeah, well, you have to wait until you're outside of the shift radius.
Oh, yeah, what's it saying? Right, so hold circle and press down on the D-pad. So it should say that the landing gear has been taken up. The way that you can tell you're mass locked, so mass locked is you're too close to a planetary body or a ship body, or if you're too close to a station or too close to system patrol or too close to anything that's got a high mass rating, you'll become mass locked, so you can't go to other systems, other planets, or super cruise around a system to go to another planet or anything like that. You can't do anything. You can travel, yeah, sure, on light sublight engines, but you can't hyperspace or super cruise. Yeah, the way you can tell that you're mass locked is underneath the fuel gauge, so that's on the far right bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
You'll see the fuel
Far
gauge.
bottom right.
You'll see mass locked, landing gear, and cargo scoop. If any one of those is like a light blue color, it means that you can't go to hyperspace or super cruise. It's quite easy to avoid being mass locked because you can boost away from it. Landing gear, that's only really essential when you're landing into a station or a planet or whatever. Cargo scoop, that's really only for collecting black boxes, mining, anything where cargo needs to be brought up onto your ship.
Well, yeah, which gets far more frustrating when you're trying to capture signal sources out in space.
Yeah. The other thing I would recommend if you're just starting out for Elite Dangerous is A, have a fuel scoop, B, have a moderate sized cargo rack, and C, what you want is collector limpets. So if you're doing black box missions and you're not very good at flying a ship because you've just started the game, you want to get some collector limpets. Now, when you do get collector limpets, you need to look at optional internals. So the lower you go down on the list on optional internals on outfitting is when the quality of the module degrades. So the higher on the list you are, the more quality of a product you're going to get. So a 7A, for example, is going to be better than a 2A, because a 2A can only hold 2 limpets at a time, which the lifetime of them limpets will decrease over a certain amount of time. So if you've got
Oh well,
a
yeah, because
limpet active for
anytime you're
5
dealing with a
minutes, it's
different
going to be a
limpets, it's
7A.
you're dealing with an order of magnitude difference.
Yeah. Right, okay,
Oh,
so what you want to do is you want to keep your crosshair or target on the escape vector. So use your left thumbsticks and, left thumbstick and your right thumbstick to shift up or down. I can't really tell if it does anything, but yeah, it feels like it does something for me. So
yeah,
once,
it's a steep turn. The left stick is going to give you positive, negative, and the right stick is going to give you left, right.
yeah, so once you're on the escape vector, you're going to see 2 separate independent bars. You're going to see a blue one, which means you're getting further away to leaving the interdiction, and then you're going to see a red one, which means you're going to get further into the interdiction, which is going to pull you in, and is going to pull you out of a normal super cruise and be able to attack you. So just keep your
Yeah,
crosshairs
I
on the
think.
interdiction, on
Oh
the
shit.
escape vector. What's that? Yeah, so that means that
That's
you've
also possible.
yeah, that means that you've escaped his interdiction, but 9 times out of 10 he'll be back. It's part of a mission, so expect it again. 2 to 3 minutes, so you should be good. But he's popped your cherry because that's your first interdiction.
Yeah, you definitely have.
What was that, mate? What do you need to do?
Yeah, yeah, you've definitely broken the cherry. You've heard all the terms. Now you just need to figure out who's coming for you.
Yeah, so
Well,
if you head to that system,
and
pal, and then go to the station,
yeah,
you'd be set to get the commodities and then bring them back. But before you bring the commodities back, what you want to do is you want to go get that black box, but you want to get the collector limpets.
well, good luck collecting everything, guys. I'm signing off for a few hours sleep.
All right, bud.
Yeah, it's got to happen sometime.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the evening, commanders.
Oh, will do.
We'll catch up with you again.
See you later, bud. He's a funny guy. Yeah, so once you get to the station, go to the outfit and look up optional internals. Oh yeah. Um, what does it look like? Yeah, so go to Boswell platform, and what you want to do is the lower of the 3 text bars. So you see how it says, like, well, it's got a half yellow circle, and then it's got the station name, the distance, and then the amount of time that it thinks it's going to be there. Huh. Right. Are you being, well, are you in normal space? Are you in super cruise or hyperspace or what? Right, okay, yeah. So press triangle if you've got the station that you need to go to highlighted. Right. Right, I've just sent you a wing request. So if you hold square and press up on the D-pad, you should see it under the third tab along. There you go. Alright, and then I'll, after I've done this mission, I'll come over to my Anaconda and just run protection for you for a while. It's a big old ship, so... yeah, I haven't found a match for it yet. Apart from a gunship, that's pretty OP. Yeah, it's I'd say there's at least a week's worth to get comfortable with the controls. Once you're fully comfortable, everything's just so much easier. Well, obviously, but you start to understand the interdictions more, the system of the game and the game mechanics, and yeah, it's a good game. Like there's a lot of it's not one of them games that it just dies off overnight. No, no worries, man, no worries. No, I was just saying it's not one of them games that you die off overnight. You know how you buy, for example, Destiny 2, and you're like, nah, this game's not for me anymore. Nah, it's not one of them games, man. There's just so much to do in it. Yeah, same. I'm sick of the one earpiece. What headset you got? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I've got the same one. I've got the PlayStation 4 one earpiece pile of crap. Yeah, I had the Turtle Beach. Um, yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah, you can. As long as it's got a microphone built into it, yeah, you can plug any headset in.